So I've been sitting here talking about this rescue in Jefferson County. I've been sitting here talking about the Almost Home Sanctuary, which, let me tell you, I'm real passionate about. But there's got to be a way that we can do this, even in this troubling times, is exactly what we said to ourselves a year and a half ago when we started negotiating. And there is opportunity everywhere. But our latest thing, we think, is just the right creativity we need to really ramp up and get serious about it. So here's what we're doing. We've taken a 65,000 square foot building, essentially the size of a Walmart, and we've built a foundation. We are currently building the foundation of how we're going to go out there and pull our bootstraps up on our own, not wait for the donations, and work hard for the money. But we also want to help other people in this process, and it has been amazing. It's been amazing what we're experiencing. So here we are in this big giant building we now call the NAC Center, on the second busiest intersection in all of Idaho. And in the NAC Center, we are doing three things really. Restyle, which is a department thrift store, which I stand behind as being the coolest, largest thrift store in all the surrounding states. The other thing we're doing is the Corridor at Glenwood, which is our event center that houses up to 5,000 people with parking and all kinds of bells and whistles to it, which will be wonderful when it gets going. Inside of Restyle, we're going to do our adoption center, which is sponsored by Fetch Pet Care, and our full-service veterinary clinic, so that we can get the spay and neuters and the microchipping and the vaccinations for all of our adoptable animals, and move NAC to a full 100% alteration prior to adoption process, which is the best way and the only way NAC feels that we can do real true pet population control. So for 12 years, we've been this group where we work out of our trunks of our cars. We work out of foster homes all over the area. We work out of someone's garage where we have our supplies when we need them to do mobile adoptions and things of that nature. And we looked for the land, and we have all the land, and now we have a central location for all of our stuff, full offices. We've reorganized Northwest Animal Companions to be more and more organized. We took ourselves out of $30,000 in debt, basically, to within a year building that into $100,000 to the good, and have now begun this process of building this, what we call our NAC Center. And it's amazing because you can even see our 200-acre land spread from the front doors of this place when you walk out, and many people have toured it. So Restyle essentially really relies on people in the community donating all of their usable, gently used or used, new or gently used items, household items. We need literally everything. When people say, well, do you need this, do you need that? I say, you know what, we need and we'll take everything except for a dirty battery or something that's absolutely inappropriate to be putting out for someone else to be able to make use for it. And we've been very successful, and we hope to continue that. What we're seeing now is lots of product coming, and far more than we expected at this point, but we really need a lot more in order for this to really work out the way it needs to. But when they buy the product and it sits out on the floor and goes through a cycle and it does not sell, to stay aligned with the green way of looking at things, we will bail those up. Clothing that does not get sold that is still in semi-good condition, we'll make that available to folks that need that, say at the mission. If it doesn't go there, then we will bale it in 1,000-pound bales and send it to developing countries, Africa, Haiti, places that really need that kind of stuff and aren't able to do it. On the Corridor side, we thought, well, it'd be nice as a struggling nonprofit over the last 12 years, as we wander around trying to get a place to do a fundraiser or a gala, we'd say, okay, we'd like to go over here, but then they say, well, you have to use this premier caterer, or you have to use this person for this and this person for that, and you don't have a choice. But we got someone that volunteers at another place and they want to help us, and we're a nonprofit, so that just put us at a disadvantage. Of course, we went along with it because we had no choice. But today we kind of will. And not only will we have that option, but we'll be able to provide that as an open option for everyone else who's in this animal rescue gig that we're in, or just people that are out there in business that are struggling as well. So it's really evolved for us. The corridor will have a green room for a bride or a band to hang out before a wedding or before a concert. A mezzanine that holds up to 500 people, so that could be used for premium trade show space, or for the bride to walk down one of the 2 piering stairways. Below that mezzanine will open up to other trade show vendor space, or can be closed off into 2 separate conference rooms, so that different things can take place there depending on what one would use it for. We also have partnered up to have full liquor, beer, and wine, because if there's nothing else I've learned about fundraising, is one good way to get good funds to come in at a fundraiser is to give them lots of booze. And we will guarantee that there will be that available if you so should choose to partake in that. There's no shame in our game. We have to raise money. We have to raise money. We aren't going to do anything that hurts anyone, but we'll go to absolutely no end to do that, because we know that if we do this, we'll build Almost Home, and we know that if we make this available and open to many companies. Let's take this for an example. The construction business died off dramatically after this so-called boom. Well, today, if you come down to the NAC Center and look behind the scenes like we are now, you'll see a bunch of construction folks that weren't doing anything. You know, they were out of work. But they've teamed together and pulled their resources together because of the great work that R² Construction's doing, and they're down here every day building our dream. And to add to that, because the construction business went down, all the rental companies that would normally provide construction equipment, for instance, all the rental businesses that are out there now, they've struggled from that as well. As soon as we built the corridor, we've had people coming to us, and we want to be able to work with all of them, until they do something that's dishonest or try to take advantage of my charity. I want them to have an opportunity to go. So that's the main objective of that, is to be able to work towards earning the financial goals we need to hit to further our efforts in animal rescue. But we've learned through this process that we can also help other people in the community. And you know what? Who knows? Maybe when things get better again, they'll remember us. And that's exactly what we're going to do, is work with them to help them be successful, and then they'll help us at the end.